Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are in a nice position next to water with tons of fish and all the way at the edge of the map. My game is giving me some freezes every now and then, but we will just have to ignore it. My plan is, as it is still a very strong strategy, to rush a couple of light knights close around 15 minutes and try to take out at least one or maybe two enemies, so I can then claim the land in front of me for gathering resources without having to steal the resources from my teammates. I make the transition to the Bronze Age without any problems and everything is going according to plan. I have two sources of metal close by, which is very helpful to get the light knights as soon as possible. My scout has already found two enemies for me and I couldn't ask for a better early game. But then my game freezes and some time passes before I can build my stables and start recruiting horsemen. Nevertheless, I get my light knights out with a little delay and just in time to take out the first enemy. He tries to counter repair, but the massive damage of the light knights with the first damage upgrade from the forge comes in too quickly. This is why I always recommend to get to medieval before 15 minutes have passed, especially when you're frontline. I see too many new players getting the vision upgrade first and well, that doesn't help anybody. After that I move on and deal some damage to the economy of a backline player who seems to be rushing for industrial by destroying a couple of his houses and killing a few workers before my last light knight is killed. After my first attack was a partial success, I followed up with a second wave of over 30 light knights this time, while also protecting my own base with a wall, since enough time has passed for an enemy army to show up any moment, seeking revenge for their fallen brother. At the front my light knights support an ally, who had already kept this enemy busy for long enough so my light knights can finish the job. Then I move on to the player we have already visited and who is already in the industrial era, while I am lagging behind, so of course he gets my full attention. And despite being able to defend once more, he loses enough resources and workers so that not all hope is lost. Eventually my second wave of light knights is defeated and this player is coming for his revenge. And only by using my entire army I am able to stop. No, wait, I just built a wall. His partisans cannot pass through because I have built a wall. Meanwhile my little squad of militia has arrived at this enemy's iron mine to continue slaughtering workers. And even though a couple of them survive, it's another minute of wasted time which they couldn't use to gather resources. But then, he finally strikes back with light tanks. My base is completely helpless and I'm facing my end. until my howitzers come out of the factories to send his tanks to the moon. He made it almost to my town hall, but then my ally shows up to stop incoming reinforcements. Shortly after, I can set my focus on the front line where I have prepared a little base to recruit tanks from right outside his base. To stop future raids from reaching my town hall, I also built an effective line of anti-tank hedgehogs at my base. My first tanks and howitzers make it into his base and cause some chaos. With the tanks, I prioritize his food economy at the farm and the workers, while my howitzers flatten his factories to end the light tank spam. But despite all of our best efforts, he keeps building new factories and tanks, and I think all I can prevent him from doing is reaching the second industrial revolution. But anyway, he pushes into my forward base with some light tanks, and my reinforcements struggle to reach it. Oh boy, what a fight I have coming here. My T-34 tanks finally come out of the factories, but more enemy tanks are coming in, and I have to use them all just to defend my remaining factories, of which I still lose a couple, because their tanks are just focusing my factories instead of my tanks. I send in bombers to take out his factories, and I feel like at this point I could just play the scene in a loop, because this is going on for quite some time. After a couple minutes, I can finally hold my forward base and decide to build some barracks, so I can spam Russian soldiers and snipe his town hall, while our tanks are leading the battle of their life. Just when I thought my tanks are ready to storm his base, French bombers arrive and ruin my day. And to top it off, this guy started building an anti-tank hedgehog line in front of my forward base. How rude is that? With the aid of my workers, I breach his anti-tank hedgehog line and start attacking his town hall, but suddenly everything goes down south. His light tank army shows up to defend, his workers come in to repair, and our Wanderer gets destroyed. And now we have to rush to the last corner of the map to destroy their Wanderer as soon as possible, but my tanks are almost destroyed from this guy's army, and the only relief I have is that the guy I have been attacking for more than an hour is finally destroyed. That really doesn't leave a lot of confidence inside of me to win this, but there are a few friends of mine on the enemy team, so I might as well try and destroy them before losing the game to the Wanderer. Due to the few options I have left, I start recruiting soldiers to blow the enemy town halls up, since my tank recruitment takes a bit longer. And just as my tanks almost arrive at the Wanderer, the welcome committee shows up to wish him a safe ride to hell. And then, more bombers, until I have only 3 tanks remaining. Needless to say, they didn't win the game for us. The timer is ticking down, and I realize that my next attack will be the last one for this game. Instead of placing my hopes and dreams in a T-34 and IS-2 tanks of mine, I send 1 legion of soldiers to blow the remaining enemies up. The tanks that I still have fulfill a support role now by clearing the territory of enemies along the way and taking the hits from machine gun towers and planes, so my soldiers can walk freely. As the tanks arrive near the Wanderer, I let them take out the airfields to stop these filthy bombing raids on our tanks. Towers are the next priority, as they could thin out the numbers on my soldiers. I was actually shaking a bit after this one, because it was so damn close. Had my tanks failed to pathfind their way through to the Wanderer, had my soldiers gotten stuck, just 1 death scythe and the dream would have been over. But yeah, in the end it all worked out quite well. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. This time there's no giveaway, but the winners of the last giveaways are getting their rewards as soon as this video is uploaded. So if you participated, check on Discord for a message from me. Thank you everybody for watching, and see you in the next one.